When I say this is the last putting lesson you'll ever need, I actually really mean it. I really do. And I'm sick and tired of my students missing the putts they should make. And I'll be honest, it's nothing to do with your stroke. Your stroke is compromised and making up for poor, and I mean seriously poor alignment. Think about it. If you constantly aim to the right of the hole, you'd constantly have to try and pull putts to try and make it. Also hard to control your distance. If you constantly aimed so far left of the hole, you always have to sort of shunt this putter to try and get the putter to work back. Think about it logically. If your perception of where you're aiming to where you actually are aiming is totally skewed, how can you match this up? So we need to be bothered about where the ball's aiming, you understand this, where the putter head's aiming, and then finally, these forearms, because these forearms are critical, and when I say critical, absolutely critical, to you holing more putts. They're like the steering wheel to the putting stroke. They're pointing right, you're gonna go right. They're pointing left, you're gonna go left. So I've got a little hack for you. There is the hole, and here is my golf ball. I want you to practice using this line, especially when you're inside 7.5 to 10 feet, get using this line. So if your putt's a little bit to the left, and what I mean by that, left to right, I would point the line of my golf ball towards the left side of the cup. If it's a little bit right to left, I would point it a little to the right side of the cup by the amount I feel I've got to aim my putter. Really by that amount. So in this case, I'm sort of feeling that I'm about, I would reckon, here outside the cup. So I'm pointing that line on my golf ball to this point right here. And you need to keep resetting this. So this is something I do on the course, but also on the putting green before. Okay, I think we've got that lined up absolutely perfectly. And it's amazing. I would really encourage you to do this once a month throughout the golf season, because your perceptions are always, I say, skewed. We get into habits of always aiming a certain way, so we need this to sort of reset. So on the golf course, use your line and point that to where you want the golf ball to start as your start line. Perfect. You then can use this hack on the short game area or even at home to calibrate everything else up. I want you now to address a putt just like this, and then once you're happy with the line on your putter, or the leading edge of your putter is at 90 degrees to the line on your golf ball, that's sort of this to this, or you can match it this to this, I then want you to place a ball box outside your ball, just like that. So you can see now, the ball is square to my putter, or my putter is square to the ball, and there's a 90-degree angle created between the leading edge of my putter and the box. That's just this bit right here. And if you're at home or on the short game area, you could hit putt after putt, making sure you've got square alignment to the ball, but also as a reassurance to that box on the outside too. It really, oh, a little bit firm that, Alex. Let's do that again. Put your ball down, matching the line on the ball to the line on top of the box. You're really starting to roll that ball end over end. Now, I didn't quite read that one right, but that alignment was spot on. I knew where my putter was aiming, where my ball was aiming, they were perfect. What I meant the importance of this box was for, look, I can just put my ball down now time after time, match this line with this line, create two parallel lines, and every single time I know I've read that putt to the left side of that cup. And to be honest with you, let's just straighten that up. So do the box first, then get the parallel line on the ball and this to match. You walk into your putt, get your lines on your putter and the lines on the box and the lines on the ball all to match. And then we can start practicing these putts time after time. And you're starting to communicate with where you're aiming, where your putter aiming, and where your perception is all matched. Okay, we spoke about these forearms, and I mean these are critical. This is what you need to know. So far, I hope you're really enjoying this video. You can see that I'm now starting to get you to communicate where you think you're aiming to where you're actually aiming. And that putting box hack just means you could hit putt after putt on the practice area, not having to line up every time. It's just a little hack so you know, okay, that's where we're aiming, that's where I want to line up, make sure everything's square. I mean, just as a reminder, like you can see here on the screen, so you've got everything working out right. Okay, this is your forearms. You need to know this. This is so logical when you think about it this way. Let me just drop my putter. I want you to do a test for me. I want you just to put your hands and let them hang down in front of you. If you've got a tendency for your left to hang inside of your right, well, where are we gonna make our putting stroke? To the left of target. And then if our aim is skewed, this is why we don't make the putts we should make. Also, if your right hand hangs a little bit down behind, can you see where now we've got our putter being worked to? A little bit to the right of the cup. What we want to get that feeling of is our forearms being level and matching. So we get that stroke to work more like this. The hand path will work on a slight arc in and around the body, but essentially, we want those forearms at that address position to feel level, almost like if there was a line on your forearms. You have to be really conscious that your forearms are matching the line on your golf ball or the line on the box. So they're just nice and square. And it's amazing, right? When you start to communicate these things, get them all to match, your perception and your stroke all starts to work in the right way. So you just automatically save shots because you're automatically way more comfortable over the putter than you actually think you are. And you see the ball go in time after time after time. So just work that simple routine and I know for a fact you'll hole more putts and you'll start to seriously lower your scores. Just remember those key areas. Get your line right on your ball, use the box as a great hack, and get your forearms to match. Easy and as simple as that. Thanks for watching.